So historically, I've been sort of a naysayer about dollar stores and prepping.
That's dumb.
You see a lot of videos, you see a lot of articles about things you can buy there that are good for preparedness. And the reason that I'm sort of a naysayer about this, or have been in the past, is because there are certain things you need in preparedness that are just good supplies. And the dollar store, quite a bit of their stuff there is really low quality, almost one step above the Walmart low quality stuff.
Cheap, cheap, cheap.
But the other day I was driving Lisa around and she stopped by the dollar store, and usually I stay in the car. And this time I decided I was going to take 20 bucks, go into the dollar store and see how much prepping food I could buy. Food that's going to last on the shelves for a year or so, or up to a year. I wanted to see what I could buy and then calculate it all out to see if it is actually, am I going to save money rather than just going and buying the same thing at Walmart or going to Amazon or online stores, and see what sort of savings you're looking at. And I also looked at expiration dates. You've got the off brands that you're not quite sure how they're going to taste. So it's sort of a try and see type thing, and see how it works for you. But honestly, I was a bit surprised, and I'll go through what I bought and how much I saved in the end. But I was a bit surprised that food, at any rate, is a viable option at the dollar store for preparedness. Now, does that mean that I'll be going once a week to build up my food storage to the dollar store?
No.
Probably not. But if I am ever there, if I ever do go with Lisa again, I'll go in and I'll spend 20, 30 bucks and get some food. There are quite a bit, they have quite a variety there. And that's what I want to talk about. Before I get into what I bought, I want to talk a little bit about what they have there at the store. Now, this is their website, and it's going to be different depending on the store that you go to, but they have a pretty good variety of things. And if you go to a couple different stores, you're going to see a lot of the same things, but you might see other deals. You might see a few different products, but they have breakfast cereal, spices, condiments, canned foods, baking mixes and supplies, packaged meals. Right here, we've got the canned goods. You've got some of the name brands. You've got SpaghettiOs and Hunt's. And then you've got Southgate chili, which this is one that maybe you would have to try this out, get a can of that and try it out. I've never had Southgate before. I got a can of the Kreider chicken. I'm going to open that up probably in a future video and see how that compares to some of the other canned chickens that you can get. But just a lot of different things, pie fillings, fruits, a dill pickle. Fruit cocktail, which I got some of that as well. So a lot of different canned goods. And then you've got the packaged dinners, grains, and pastas. You've got Top Ramen for $1.25. This is a 5-pack. A lot of these are going to be around the same price that you would get at Walmart, so you really have to look. I didn't do any research before doing this video about how much these cost. I wanted to just go in, get $20 worth of food that I consider prepper food, the canned goods and the things that are going to last a while. I didn't do any research before this to find out what was more expensive, what wasn't. I just bought some things and then added them up at the end. So at any rate, you get back into this. There are quite a few different things. The pancake mixes, the ramen noodles, even a pizza crust. Which I'm not sure what the expiration date or best by date with one of those is, but you've got beans and rice and chicken flavored fettuccine, just a whole lot of different things. And then you've got the breakfast and cereal. You've got the jellies, the peanut butter, syrup, Toast-'em pop-ups. I'm not sure how those actually taste. Those would be one of those things you would have to try those out and see what they're like. But I guarantee you those are a lot cheaper. The off brands are a lot cheaper than Walmart. Protein bars, protein drinks. Another really cool thing about this is the milk. We get these from time to time, and you can get these on Amazon and Walmart as well. But these Modern Pantry are pretty cool as far as shelf-stable milk. There's not a lot of options when it comes to milk in a disaster type situation without refrigeration. So One of these is pretty good. And actually, we tasted them. And if as long as it's cold, now in an SHTF situation, it's not going to be cold, but as long as it's cold, it does taste pretty good. So if you've got, if it's in the winter when the situation happens, it's not going to be a big deal. But even when it's not cold, it still tastes like normal milk. It doesn't have that powdered milk flavor, if that makes sense. So a pretty cool option, I think. And then quite a few other things, some chocolate, some candy. They've got all sorts of different things there. They've even got Tupperware and containers and things like this. Now, I don't know. Again, these are, this is a Rubbermaid one, so I don't know that that's actually, some of them are $1.25. 2 count, $4.25. So that probably is a little bit cheaper. So with that, like I said, I went and spent $25, but this list that I've got is $20 worth of stuff that I got at the dollar store that could go in my preparedness pantry. And then what I did was calculated how much each of these cost and what you can get these for online. So the first one here is the protein shake, and these are the MRE protein shakes. I'd never actually heard of these until now, so I had to get a couple of these. Looking online, these are about $4. I saw them for a little bit more, a little bit less, but between $2 and $5, depending on the brand of protein shake you get. That's what the price range is. So with this one, I just split the difference, and we'll go $3 right here on this one. The Spam singles, which are about the same price at Walmart or anywhere else you buy them. Now with the Spam singles, if you're looking at creating maybe some sort of MRE, preparedness MRE, or camping meal, anything like that, which is another thing the dollar store is good for, is putting together those little kits. If you're, put together some camping meals or some, surprise meals for kids or things like that. They've got smaller packaged items that would be good for stuff like that. But the Spam singles, if you are looking at something like that, then maybe the Spam single is good. If not, I would just get the normal can. But again, these are about the same price as you would find at Walmart. The Chef Boyardee ravioli and the Chef Boyardee beefaroni, those are almost exactly the same price as you would find at Walmart. So again, the expiration dates, I was looking at the cans I got, the expiration date is the same that I would get from Walmart, at least the ones that I saw on the shelf at the time. And the chicken of the sea crab meat, which this one is pretty interesting. And this one is a be careful as you're looking for things online. I saw this as high up as $10 on Walmart and Amazon. And it, that seemed to me, I was like, no freaking way. That can't be. And this is imitation crab meat as well. You can find this on Amazon for about $2.50, this exact pack. But at Walmart, you can actually get some that's about the same price. That's lump crab meat or real crab meat, but it's in the can, not packaged like this. So something packaged like this is going to run you about $2.50. So there is a savings right there. The Campbell's clam chowder, the Campbell's products as well, those are about the same. They're a little bit more expensive. Looking online, I saw the Campbell's clam chowder at about $1.50, somewhere in that range. Just do a little research and see what you can find for yourself. And then the beef jerky here, these are about doing some research online and looking at Amazon. They have the packs. I think it's 10 or 12 in the packs. These run about $1.44 a piece. So you are saving a little bit right there. You're saving about 20 cents on these little packs. And these are cool for bug out bags. These are cool for just individual packs. Put something in your truck. Beef jerky doesn't have the longest expiration date. So if you're doing some sort of MRE, like those protein shakes, if you put the protein shakes and a protein shake and some beef jerky in an MRE, that expiration date is going to be around 6 months or so, because that's what those protein shakes are when they're brand new, about 9 to 12 months. Some of the ones we buy, the ones I got were around 6 months. So that's going to be the expiration date of your MRE. But these would be cool for different things like that. You don't need the whole bag sometimes. Maybe you do just need this little 0.5 ounce bag of beef jerky. So it's kind of cool. Now, these Brunswick tuna salad kits that I got, they run about 225 is what the number that I got for these. And I've heard from some members of the group too that the Brunswicks are edible, but just barely. So I'm going to be trying those out and see how they are. Walmart also sells other little kits with the spoon and fork in them, with the mayonnaise in them, the tuna kits. Those run about $3, I believe. So this is, for that little kit, is a pretty good deal. But for $1.25, but like I said, they run about $2.25 online. Now, the Armour Vienna Bites, looking around for these, and this is a larger can. If you were doing some sort of MRE or something, you wouldn't want a can this size, but these run about $1.66. So you are saving, about 40 cents right here on these, which is pretty cool. And then the Island Choice Fruit Cocktail. You've got the Walmart brand, which is about $2 for a fruit cocktail. And I have never tried Island Choice, so I'm going to have to try that and see how that is. I'm going to have to, what I'll probably do is do a video in the future about all these off brands from the dollar store and taste test them and see how they actually are. But the fruit cocktail, you save about 75 cents there. And then, like I said, the Camel products are about the same as you would find at Walmart, between $1, $1.50. And then the jelly that I got there is another off brand. And you look at, I couldn't find this brand online. So a similar brand, I just figured the Walmart brand, and those run about $2.20. So you're saving $1 on the Walmart brand as well. So once I got all these numbers, and these, it really depends on where you can find deals and things like that. But I added all these up just to see a ballpark figure of where I would be. And what I came up with is this total at another store, or if I bought this separately, say at Amazon or Walmart or things like that, it would have cost me $30. So that's a 50% savings from dollar store food, which honestly was more than I thought it was going to be, because a lot of these, as you go through there, as I went through that list, you see that a lot of these are the same price that you would find at Walmart. But if you do your research and you're looking for deals and you find things that, like the MRE shakes, that maybe it's only 6 months instead of 9 months or 12 months, but you can get a better deal on those, you can save quite a bit of money. Along with all the other things like I was talking about with the utensils and the storage containers and all the different things that you could use for preparedness, you could save quite a bit of money. Now, I would caution, we've used some things from the dollar store that I end up throwing in the trash. Some of the, like spatulas, some of the larger spoon utensils, they are made in China junk that are they're not going to last very long. So if you are, I think of it like if you're in a disaster type situation, even if you're out camping, a low stress environment, right? If you're out camping and you've got one of these cheap plastic made in China spatulas and it breaks on you, what are you doing at that point? You're going to have to pull out your MacGyver skills and try to figure something out, because now you don't have a spatula. In an SHTF or a disaster situation, that's a higher stress situation. You don't want to run into that. So get a higher quality spatula. We probably all have them in our drawers, in our junk drawers and all that. So not a big deal. But if you want a couple extra that you just put away in a bin or something, the dollar store would be the place to do that. There's no reason to spend $10 on a really nice spatula that you're going to throw in a plastic bin and save it for a just in case emergency situation. So there is quite a bit of stuff, and I might do a few videos on this, because now I'm just, like I said, in the past, I've always naysayed this. I've always talked about how it's just sort of ridiculous. There are some things that are ridiculous at the dollar store. Some of the medical supplies there, you just don't trust them. They're the off-brand, or they're smaller. Say you get a roll of tape, it's only $1.25. Well, that roll of tape is only a foot long, whereas a regular roll of tape may be 3 to 5 feet long. So you're getting less quantity, and less quality, not necessarily saving money on things like that. But again, do your research, see what they have, try it out. The dollar store medical supplies are good for practice and things like that. So But if you want to buy some, test them out before it comes time to use them. Don't just buy it and throw it in the bin and think you're covered for an emergency. So at any rate, that's it today. Like I said, I may test some of these other dollar store food items out. I'll do a review later on. I definitely am going to try that chicken and with other brands of chicken and maybe some of the other meats and things like that to see how they stack up as far as taste-wise, flavor-wise, and all that. But if you have any comments, any ideas, any things you do to save money, whether it's coupons or things like that, or things I didn't mention that you can get at the dollar store that are good for preparedness, let me know in the comments below. With that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I do more videos. But with that, take care and prepare, everyone. We'll talk to you all later.